Rivian said to file for an IPO seeking roughly $80 billion valuation. Bloomberg's Ed Ludlow joins us now. Great scoop, Ed. Congratulations. $80 billion, that's no joke. What do we know so far?
Yeah, I mean, this is a market that has an insatiable appetite for companies, it seems like, when it comes to the capital markets. You know, it is a lofty valuation, especially considering that Rivian, like everyone else in the pack, hasn't actually done anything yet, right? They haven't built a single vehicle for sale, made no deliveries to customers. They faced multiple setbacks, largely because of COVID-19 and supply chain disruption. But what my sources tell me is that investors really see Rivian as the main challenger, potentially, to Tesla. You know, they take a very prudent approach. They've invested very heavily in their plant in Normal, Illinois, as we have broken stories on over the last few months. They're already looking at expansion in both Europe and the United States. And the product that they want to bring to market, this battery electric pickup and big battery electric SUV, is much more in line with what Americans are buying in terms of their day-to-day vehicles. So there's a lot of excitement around the company.
I mean, $8 billion, Ed, is such a huge amount of money. They're also backed by Amazon and Ford, so that must help.
Yeah, and that's the diversifying factor of their business versus Tesla, for example. They have this contract with Amazon to build 100,000 delivery vans by the end of the decade and 10,000 of them by the end of next year. They're on a really hard timeline, but that is a very different kind of business arrangement than introducing a brand new consumer product to the market and then, you know, trying to ramp up your production to meet demand, which they say is there. So, you know, they're very tech-heavy, but they've got some big-name backers.
Who are the competitors right now, Ed, in this space for Rivian?
Yeah, it's interesting because Ford, you know, as you guys said, is an investor. I think Ford shares are on the move right now after that story dropped. They themselves are bringing a battery electric pickup truck, the electric F-150, to market. So not only are they an investor in Rivian, they're a potential competitor as well. Ford also has a battery electric delivery van in the works, just like Rivian. So that's a really interesting dynamic. They're compared often to Tesla because they have so many former Tesla management working at Rivian, you know, at the upper echelons right through to kind of senior managers in engineering and production. But again, what my sources tell me is that many of those Tesla alumni have brought this sense of prudence to Rivian, that they should take their time, that they shouldn't make the mistakes that Tesla was making when it ramped production in 2018.